Hey, what's up? This is Art Head Creations here with another post, and I told myself that I would only post my animation midterm if I got an A on it, so I decided to do a behind the scenes look at my Dia de los Muertos themed animation short. For the character concept, I decided to go with something a little bit more traditional. I of course wanted to have a Mexican girl as the main feature of the short. But for the outfit, instead of really bright colors, I decided to go with black since it would be easier to work with in the shadow. But I did decide to go with the flowers in her hair to kind of represent like the celebration of what Day of the Dead is. I used balsa wood, square brass tubing, epoxy putty, oven baked clay, aluminum wire, copper wire, and a whole lot of other things to make the most crucial part and the skeletal part of the puppet. For the face, I did use oven baked clay, and I used the Dremel to send down any features that I wanted either clean or more thin. That took a while, but it worked out just fine. The most creepiest and probably surprising part of the puppet is the fact that I did buy a Barbie to skin the head so I could get the hair and braid it so I could glue it onto my puppet so the hair wouldn't move. This is the final look of my puppet. During the time the hands were still drying in a silicone mold, which I actually decided against it to use. I ended up using plasticine for the hands. For the set, I decided to go with something that people would probably see outside at like a party. So I got like small Halloween lights that I found at Walmart pretty cheap, and it actually worked and didn't flicker at all during my animation. This is the original storyboard panels. I decided that I had to cut out several of them actually just due to the time that I did not have in my life due to other classes and other projects I had to work on. But that's okay because I think that the panels I did go with, I felt like I executed pretty well. So yeah, stuff like that happens. The theme for this year's animation for my class specifically is we needed to make a PSA that was based on unity through diversity, which I thought was a great thing. But we also had to choose a quote in which each individual classmate would make an animation based out of. So the quote I chose, which I don't remember the name of the person who said it, kind of goes along the lines of, when I see you through my eyes, I see that we are different, but in my heart, I know we are the same. Which I think is absolutely, it hits close to home. As I talked in my previous video, The Fight for Hope, my mom did lose her life to cancer. So I did want to go, can't speak. I did want to do something based on the theme like the separation between life and death. Like there's an obvious separation there. Though for some religions and some views, I know that's not the same, but I respect your view and everyone's view. This is just how I see it. This is what I did based off of it. I also wanted to integrate almost like a racial, cultural implement into it. So that's why I went with a Mexican girl to celebrate Dia de los Muertos, which I don't celebrate immensely. I do acknowledge it and do recognize and make art based off of that day. That's just my way of celebrating it. It's just my religion and the cultural views kind of just, yeah. Anyway, I thought about how I can't see, like, I can't see my mom anymore. So that's like the separation there, because she's not here. And again, like, this isn't like a cry for sympathy or attention. This is just me trying to be open about this kind of stuff. I do things based off of how I feel or what I feel needs to be talked about more. In this case, the separation is that I can't see my mom anymore. But, in my heart, I know we are the same. Whether it's from blood or from the bond that we had. So the diversity aspect of it is that, it's life and death. The unity aspect of it is that, she's always going to be there for me. And I think that goes for anyone that lost someone close to them, whether it be, like, a pet or a family member, a friend, or an inspiration. There was one other thing I wanted to say. yeah, I wanted it to be stop motion because it is a mixed media traditional animation class, and I did integrate a little bit of 2D animation in it, which that in itself was a little bit hard because I didn't even think about how long that would take, but hey, I got an A on it, so I think that kind of worked out great. Yeah, I think that's all I really want to say about it. Yeah, enjoy the animation and thank you for watching.